I received that letter from the city of Oklahoma City the day after my birthday. And it tells me that I need to go online and file this complaint with the city about all this stuff with the state fair and the Paycom and the Married Gardens and City Hall and all these places. And see, all these places have the same people that are connected to all the problems that I've had. Could David Holt and Craig Freeman and Matt Hinkle pull in around leadership with the Oklahoma City Community College and leadership with the Oklahoma City Convention Center and leadership with the museum, Science Museum of Oklahoma and the Children's Hospital of Oklahoma? Could David Holt and Kevin Stitt and all the people that have put me through living hell pull in around all the leadership that acted immediately to install a $2,500 table so that anyone that needed a diaper changing could use? Anyone up to 400 pounds. We have an election coming up. Oklahoma City decides its new mayor. As David Holt is named in complaints with the United States Department of Justice for what I believe to be intentional disability and caregiver discrimination, retaliation, harassment, and harm. I had a woman reach out to me on Facebook and tell me that I should go institutionalize myself, that I'm not healthy for my kids, that I would be better off in checking myself into a mental hospital. And that's what this is all about. When you test IDEA and 504 and the ADA and the federal rights, there's certain people that are testing that are civil rights. Because certain people make a lot of money off of institutionalized care. Does John Eccles make money off of institutionalized care? He does, doesn't he? Who else makes a bunch of money off putting people in prison and institutionalized care? Is that good for us? Or is that good for a real small handful of billionaires and filthy rich people? I need David Holt to publicly explain why there was never temporary accommodations at City Hall after all this time. I need Matt Hinkle to explain that to me, to Ward 5, to leadership at OCCC. If Matt Hinkle can't come before me and sit before his wife, who is a member of the Board of Regents at OCCC, and explain why temporary and reasonable accommodations were denied at City Hall in his office building, then maybe Matt Hinkle needs to resign today. Because it has the city in a big mess. Mayor Holt has our city in a big mess. Dozens of elected officials, lawmakers, attorneys that are lawmakers have the state of Oklahoma in a big mess. When did any of them report known and ongoing intentional harm against a child needing to pee? I might sound crazy and unhinged and not well and a lunatic. It might come across that way, but I'm educated enough on my son's rights and my rights and the ugly history that Hisson Memorial left Oklahoma, and we will not ever return to that. Ever. I encourage you to reach out to your elected officials today, and you know who you're voting for when you go to the polls. Because today, I am asking that Mayor Holt resign. And Oklahoma City University Law School, he doesn't need a job over there either. He needs to publicly explain to me why temporary and reasonable accommodations were never made at City Hall, why a woman saw Max half naked on a field trip going over to the Paycom, why Joe Slowinski put himself on the floor and told me it's not that bad. A mat on the floor early on in discussions with the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum, before I knew that you could just put a bench in there, I might have mentioned, hey, a mat on the floor in a private room, something, but you're not directing me to the floor. After all this time, after the building code standards, David Holt serving on that board over there, Bob Ross with Inasmuch Foundation. Hello, University of Oklahoma. Why is Bob Ross tied to so much of this? Why is the snake chamber tied to so much drama at our universities, at the State Board of Education? The state chamber needs to stay out of public education until they educate themselves on radical hospitality. Hate is wrecking us. And I might seem like I'm unhinged, not well, a lunatic, and need to be committed to an institution. I'm filing another complaint today with the city. And I'm going to go over and see Vicky Behena too. Because I have no faith in Gentner Drummond's office. I have no faith in the United States Department of Justice. And I guess if I just loop a bunch of people into this, is everyone going to wreck themselves? A whole bunch of people have wrecked themselves off a very harmful agenda. Kevin Stitt has wrecked himself. And why the House hasn't filed articles of impeachment on him yet shows how incredibly corrupt our state government is. The legislature convenes. I encourage you to reach out to your lawmakers, reach out to your members of Congress, reach out to your county officials and your city council person, and ask them, what is this all about? Are you going to vote for these people just because they have a D or an R by their name? That kind of thinking has us in a huge mess. Huge. Y'all ask Mayor Holt why temporary and reasonable accommodations were never made at City Hall. Ask him why the ADA grievance with the State Fair was ignored. Why someone saw Max half naked at the Paycom Center. Why Joe Slowinski took himself to the floor in the bathroom after looking for a mat for 30 minutes. All that has a whole bunch of people in trouble, and I'm not going to hush. I will not hush. We will not be returning back to a time of institutionalized care, and we will begin following all local, state, and federal laws that protect my son, me, you, and direct our elected officials. There are consequences coming, and I'm not going to hush. I will never hush. I won't. And if that seems like I'm going crazy, well, it's crazy. What's going on is harmful and detrimental to the future of our city, our county, our state, and the United States of America. Today is a really good day for people to rise. I think today is a really good day for Mayor Holt to resign.